What's up, bitches? I am not relevant at all on YouTube, but I'm still getting my ass up here because I've got stories to tell. So, anyways, I just finished my first semester of college, and I know there are a lot of people who get on YouTube and talk about the horrors of the roommates that they have experienced. Well, I'm gonna start out by saying my roommate and I weren't, we didn't really speak to each other that much. We didn't really get in each other's way. But there is this one thing that you, the world, needs to know about this bitch. Alright, so it is 2 p.m. and I can't really sleep, so I'm just kind of rolling around in my bed, trying to get my active ass brain, to fall asleep. So I roll over to the left side of my bed, and my eyes fall upon my roommate, who decides, oh, you know what, this is a good time to jack off. So I see my roommate jacking off at 2 p.m., acting, cell phone in hand, smiling, smirk as a booty crack. He's just like, it was not a fun time for me. So I'm just thinking, is this bitch doing what I think he's doing? But all the evidence was there. And to confirm my suspicions, when he was done in about 3 or 4 minutes, he reaches over to his tissue box and takes a tissue to clean up the oil spill. And the worst part is, I think he low key knew I knew that I saw him. Because after he cleaned up the Gulf of Mexico, he went over to that tissue box again and blew his nose. I bet he was thinking, oh, you know what? My roommate probably saw me jacking off. So, and he probably saw me take the tissue to clean myself up. So let me blow my nose so that he thinks that I'm just blowing my nose and not, you know, ple- erasing the evidence. So, nah, bitch, you is not that slick. You is not that slick. And don't ever for a second think you are. You know why? Because you, my bitch, are a repeat offender. That's right. I've seen him 4 other times masturbating in my presence. It is not fun. So, let me tell you about the other times. So, one of the other times, I leave my room, but I remember, oh, I have to put my bike pump back in the room. So I run back in, and my roommate thought that in the 10 seconds I took to leave my room, that it was enough time for him to have a quick wanky section. So he has his dick pulled out through the fly hole of his pants, and he's got his hand, and y'all know how masturbation works. And if you're not old enough to be watching this video, and you're not old enough to be on YouTube, so get the fuck off. So I see him, and I'm just like, and then he was like, oh, and so I just leave the room after that. And I can't bring myself to go back into that room until all the bad energy that I have just had and that he has just had leaves the room, which takes about like an hour. So, and for that hour, I can't do anything because I left my phone in that room, I left my homework in that room. So I'm just sitting in the lounge of my residence hall thinking, oh my god, what did I just see? I'm innocent. And I'm not a judgmental person. I don't consider myself to be a judgmental person. And I was ready to judge a bitch, but it was like, you know what? Everybody masturbates. It's natural. Everybody does it. But and that's the thing about me. I tend to rationalize people's unsettling behaviors. But this is not justifiable. Under no circumstances is it okay to masturbate while your roommate is in the room. You can have your urges. I don't care if you masturbate. Just don't let me catch you doing it, okay? Like, for real. So then the other time, again, it's 2 p.m., and I just glaze over to him, and I see him getting creative. He's moving his hand like this, and you probably didn't want to see a visual. Well, too bad, bitches, because I'm going to show you anyways. He was doing this, and I can just see his shadow, and I can see the outline of his dick. It's not a fun picture. And, mm-mm. So, that prompted me to give him the nickname 7-Eleven because I saw him wave it side to side, smack it in the air, smack it in the air, wave it side to side, smack it in the air. And, okay, I probably just pictured those lyrics. But, anyways, back to my chronic masturbator of a roommate. That's his new nickname now. So, whenever I introduce him to my friends, I'm like, oh, let me tell you about 7-Eleven. And this. Okay, so he has offended, he has transgressed about 6 other times during the semester. And later in the semester, I think he just stopped giving a fuck whether or not I was watching him or not. Because, like, it was like 7 p.m. on a weekday, so obviously we're both still awake as fuck. And I just see him rolled over, plumber's crack towards me, and I just see his elbow moving while his hand seems to be in his pants. And it's like I'm in the room and I'm awake, and I'm just like, okay, he must really not give a fuck anymore. I mean, oh god. So, and he didn't even have a blanket to cover himself up. Honestly, I think he took my silence as consent to seeing him masturbate. Which, you know what, fine. But, I wasn't just gonna tell him that I've seen him masturbating. That would be awkward as hell, too. So, and I already said I'm not gonna judge him for it. Um, so, I was just thinking, you know what, maybe he has itchy nuts, but is that really any better? Anyways, that's my story of my roommate. I'm sure y'all have other roommate horror stories too. Some of my friends have told me about their room bitches. So if y'all have got an entertaining story, post it in the comments. I know I'm not relevant, so I don't really expect it, but do it anyways if you happen to fall upon this video. Bye!